Hello and thanks for watching this Cloud9 ERP Solutions video and subscribing to our YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can import your settlement batches into Acumatica. So when you're using Acumatica payments and you create all your transactions, so you charge customers, you have maybe 4 or 5 credit card transactions that are in the system, you receive a settlement from the merchant. In this case, the merchant being Acumatica Payments. So that settlement tells you, based on the day, all the credit card transactions that are settled for that given day. So, and sometimes, certain credit cards, Amex might take 3 days, Visa might just take a day, but they settle at different times and dates, and they settle into your bank account. So, essentially, this gives a summary of all of the transactions into a settlement, and then it'll also create the deposit for you in Acumatica. So we're looking at the import settlement batches screen in Acumatica. So we'll select the processing center and we'll click import batches. Now, of course, you see the scheduler icon here, you could schedule it. And we click close. And now if we change our filter to all records, you can see we have a deposited settled successfully. And it gives you some information here. Here's the total amount of the settlement. There was 5 transactions, and it made our bank deposit for us. So from here, we can open it up. And in here, we can see the deposit. It's left on hold, so we can review it. You can see all the individual payments that we made. And you can come in here, make any changes if you need to, but this should match the deposit that your bank account sees. So later when you're reconciling, this becomes a lot easier. So we'll remove the hold and release it. And this is done. Now just a note here, you can see there's a document reference which references the processor. So you know that this deposit was automatically created. If you go to financials, you can open up the batch. And here you can see all the different details. So this is a journal transaction. So we debited our checking account, our merchant account in this case, but we debited that and we credited all the undeposited funds. And that's what we do here. Every time you take a payment from a customer, you don't want to put it into the checking account directly because it's hard to reconcile. That's not when you're getting that entry into your checking account. You're getting your entry when the merchant settles. Every once in a while, they'll settle every couple of days, every day, whenever it is. And you'll get all of these individual transactions. They'll add up to the amount that actually gets inserted, deposited into your bank account. That's why this is so important. When you set up your cash accounts, your payment methods go into an undeposited fund and you deposit then later into your checking account or whatever operating account you use. Now, for a petty account, you don't need to use undeposited funds. If you collect some cash and you're using a petty account, you don't need to do that. If you only receive in your company maybe 1 check a week, you might be able to get away with using the payment method check to go directly to your company checking account or operating account. But with credit cards, you absolutely need to use an undeposited fund so that you could later deposit. What this new feature does, though, is it automatically creates the deposit for you, so you don't have to look at the merchant account's website, compare, get the settlement together, and create all of these entries in your deposit, create all your payments here, and create the deposit manually. So this is very helpful. If we go back to our processor, our processing center, and we open it up, you can see here under preferences, under settlement, this is where we can turn it on. Import settlement batches. Where do we want to start? What's the first date that we're going to start? We don't want it to necessarily go back. If we're just turning this on and we already have all our deposits created, we don't want it to necessarily go back to a much earlier date. Where is the deposit account for this processing center? And do I want to automatically create bank deposits. And you can see we have it all turned on. So that's it. That's how you can import settlement batches and automatically create bank deposits using Acumatica Payments. Hopefully you found this video useful, and if you did, please click the like button. It helps us. And if you have any questions about this or anything else Acumatica, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again, and have a great day.